welcome to Ready Set Demo from Elizabeth's Craft Room. I am going to do a show and tell video today showing some of the recent projects that I had on display in my class, which is Elizabeth's Craft Room. And a little bit about how they were made. I'm going to start with these. We used a lot of the goodies from the online exclusives this month. Now, unfortunately, the dies are already out of stock in the UK, but they'll be back. We can tell they'll be back because it says unavailable now, but they will be back. So we went ahead and used them because they're gorgeous. These are some of the projects that I had on display from it. So I love black and white. These are absolutely love the way that these came out. What I've done is I have die cut these pieces, these little circle pieces in black here and in white over here, a strip of black on this side. I have heat embossed the flower here, and I have die cut the leaves from that set. The bling is the adhesive sequins, which I think look really pretty on there with the gold. But you could use, I think I've got a little bit, I think I've got a few little bits of the champagne rhinestones on there as well on this one. I put a few of those in there as well, which look quite matchy on there. So that's my black and white ones. I also showed this one. Now, just a little comment as a comparison here. There are different ways of cutting out this circle piece. So when it cuts with the die, if you haven't already done it, this is how it cuts. So out of a piece of cardstock. So I put that whole card front through and cut, and that's what it leaves you with, which looks beautiful. Now, other things you can do, you can fussy cut or die cut around the edge if you've got a large circle. And I just hand cut it, so it's a little bit rough round there, but I quite liked the look of that. But there is another way that you can do it, and I'm going to show you on this one, where you can just cut the little edge pieces off. And I actually prefer the look of that. So you just go round, and where there's a half one, you cut off the half, if you can see under there. Again, it's my techniquey bit there. So that's something else that you can do to make these work. So different ways of making them work. With this one, as I say, I cut that through, just stamp the flowers tone on tone, that is Pacific Point, and put some of the largest of our basic pearls and a little bit of ribbon around the top. Now, we did some quilting in class. I do another video that is exclusively for my lovely Ready Set Demo friends. If you are a demonstrator and you're not already signed up to my newsletter, that's where to go to find me. You can Google Ready Set Demo, you can look in the link below on YouTube, and you will find a newsletter sign up. And there I do some exclusive videos for them, showing all sorts of different things, including some training, including some ideas and tips. There are classes ready to teach available, and I take some things a little bit more step by step in explaining how they've been made. So we did a version of this card in class, and that's over on that video, but sign up if you want to be included in those. This is one of the display projects that I put up with there, just to show a bigger version of it, how to do it right to the edge. So this was done with a 1 1/4 inch retired punch, looks, I think it's come out looking really nicely. Other little tip on here is on this hello, which comes from Biggest Wish. I inked up half of it on the lighter colour, the Coastal Cabana, and half of it on the darker colour, which is Bermuda Bay, and you get that kind of look of half and half on the hello, which I quite like. Something else I showed, some projects I showed with another technique on them are inlaid embossed. We were using for these projects as well, we were using the Basics embossing folders, which are fab. But I wanted to remind my lovely ladies who come to class, hi ladies, I wanted to remind them of how to do the inlaid embossed technique. So what you do is you take die cut or punched shapes, you glue them onto your background sheet, in this case a basic white, and then you run them through the embossing folder. And when you look at those, I don't know how well it shows up on the camera, but they are actually, look as though they are inlaid into that underneath layer. It is quite a fun effect and a fun technique to do. So yeah, have a little go with that if you've never done it. Here's another example. I forgot I had this one of where I've cut these out. It's probably a little bit easier to see where I've actually cut out just along the edges of that outer ring, and where I've got a half one, I've just cut it off as a half. I think that's easier to see on that one. Finally here are a couple of cards done with the Emboss Resist method, which we also did in class. This one is we've layered up the flowers, and this one we've got, I'm showing it straight onto the card and just using the blending brushes straight on in different colours to make those flowers pop. As I say, if you want to see more about the cards that I actually did in class, these are my display ones, then make sure you get signed up for Ready Set Demo, and you will get a video once a month showing you what I'm doing in my regular class, as well as I say, lots of other ideas and hopefully things that will help you in your Stampin' Up business if you are a demonstrator. So thanks for visiting Elizabeth's craft room today and Ready Set Demo. And I look forward to welcoming you back again. Bye.